Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. Today we have 3 great stories, so I hope you hit the like button and let's get started. Karen mistakes me for the hired help. Meet the cast. Me? Well, me. Karen, a grumpy old woman who I've never met before. For a bit of backstory and context, I live in a fairly affluent area in Australia where entitled parents and Karens tend to flock to cafes and my local Woolworths like no tomorrow. Nevertheless, I love living in this suburb. It's a safe area with a strong community. However, the rich entitlement can be draining. Anyhow, I digress. It was during the summer months of Australia, roughly 3 years ago. It was a quiet weekend at home for me. I was busy doing chores, cleaning the house, vacuuming, etc. My mom, who I love dearly, is a bit of a clean freak, to put it mildly, and one of my chores was to regularly clean our small outside patio/sun deck of our apartment during the summer. It's only about 1.5 meters wide, so it's not a large thing. During the warm season in Australia, we get droves of fruit bats eating from the fig and avocado trees that overhang our garden and our deck. And that year was particularly bad. Bat crap was everywhere. The actual story. So, as per usual, I grab a hot bucket of water and the strongest soap we've got, and I'm scrubbing away the bat scat like a woman on a mission. Routinely washing away the suds and scat with fresh hot water. It's important to note that I live on the top floor of a 4-story building, which means the water will slosh off the sides. Yes, I always check over the banister in case any of my unwary neighbors are walking along the sidewalk below. Another piece of relevant info for later on is that we have a private enclosed garden area on the other side of the pathway for residents to hold parties. Anyway, there I was, scrubbing and sloshing, when I smell the distinct scent of cigarette smoke. I look over the side and see a woman, the Karen, and clearly not a resident, puffing a cigarette like no tomorrow. My building complex has a strict no smoking policy in certain areas. One of these areas was our private garden. We had a problem with visitors and residents leaving their cigarette butts in the greenery, so building management decided to make a no smoking area policy. I wrinkled my nose at the smell, but didn't say anything. I'm not really a confrontational person when it comes to these things. Some water made a fairly loud splash on the walkway floor, which must have alerted the attention of Karen. Karen, "Oi, you can't do that!" Me, "What?" At first I thought she was talking to one of the neighbors for the old couple downstairs, so I ignored it and continued what I was doing. Karen, "Oi! Hey, I'm talking to you!" Me, "Oh, me?" I point to myself. Karen, in a snippy voice, "You can't do that. I'm getting soaked with your dirty water." Me, confused. Our garden is divided by a wide path and elevated about 2 meters above this path, which was also blocked by a thick layer of bushes. There was no way the water could have hit her. But me, being the peacekeeper, I reply, "Oh, I'm sorry. If some of the water splashed on you, I'll be done in a few minutes." Karen, No, you need to stop. People live here and you're making a mess of everything." Me, really confused. "Ma'am, I'm simply mopping my deck. I do this regularly." Karen, hands on hips. "And you shouldn't be cleaning it when residents are in the garden." Me, it clicks. She thinks I'm a cleaner. "I'm a resident here too, ma'am. I live in this apartment complex. This is my apartment." Karen, No, I know full well it's last names that live there." A bit of context, I'm adopted. My parents are Caucasian and I have Southeast Asian heritage and look relatively young for my age. I'm 25, so I'm often mistaken for the hired help, unfortunately. Plus, I was in an old t-shirt and my sweatpants, no makeup, and looked and felt like the beautiful definition of a drowned rat, so there was that. Me, I know, I'm one of last names. I would have thought that would have been the end of it, but nope. Karen scoffs at me in disbelief. "Someone like you doesn't own and live in an apartment like this." Me, now I'm annoyed. As an Aussie, I had a right not to prove my identity, but I was tired from cleaning all day. It was sweltering hot, and I very much wanted to pour the rest of my dirty water on this woman. I wanted the last word. "Madam, I repeat, I am a resident. I live here. My name is @work, and my parents are Mom and Dad. As a resident of address, I'm allowed to clean my deck whenever I please." Karen, flustered but gaining her snippy composure, "Well, I'll inform the building manager that you're disrupting my quiet time. I'm a resident here too." Me, almost shouting over the banister, "And I'll inform building manager's name, 1 + 2, that you're smoking in a non-smoking area. I know full well you're not a resident. I've never seen you before, and my building manager happens to be my next-door neighbor and good friends of mine." true fact, and couldn't give a flip about me cleaning my deck. Karen finally shuts up, red with embarrassment, and hastily puts out her cigarette on the edge of our shared garden table, much to my extreme annoyance. It was a nice granite table. I moodily finish my mopping and head back inside to make myself an extra strong coffee. I ended up discussing the smoking matter with my mom. Turns out that Karen is one of the many caretakers for the old couple downstairs. My mom, bless her, said that she'd been warned about smoking in our garden area by the building managers already. I got a good laugh. Bit of an anticlimactic ending, but it's something I'm very used to. As for Karen, she avoids me whenever she's on shift. On the occasion I do bump into her in the halls, I'm always dressed up to the nines and greet her with a warm, crap-eating grin and always wish her good morning. So, the hired help acts like she's a hoity-toity resident of your affluent building complex and talks to you like you're hired help, despite the fact that you are, in fact, a hoity-toity resident of said building complex. Sweet justice. And second story. My black uniform must mean I work at Target. Backstory before I get into it, I work at a movie theater that has our uniforms be black from head to toe. Black shoes, black shirt, black pants with a black belt. Anyway, the cast is the following. Karen as the crazy lady, me as myself, TE as Target employee, and TM as Target manager. Last week, I got off work pretty early thanks to my replacement showing up 10 minutes early on his own will. I needed a new bra, so I took a 2-minute drive to the closest Target before heading home. If you haven't shopped at Target, I should let you know. Their uniforms are red shirts with a name tag, not black. I got in the Target with my Bluetooth headphones on and went to the bra section, found one I really liked, even tried it on, decided to look for some jeans as well, and was browsing when I felt someone tap on my shoulder. I turned my music off and looked over. There she was, the Karen. Karen, I've been trying to get your attention for 10 minutes. Me. Okay, what do you want? She huffed as if I was being rude. Karen, I want to try on these shirts. She had about 10 shirts in hand. Me. Okay, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Karen, give me a dressing room. Look, I've got to add the dressing room was just around the corner and she was more than able to get her own dressing room. Me. No, I don't think I will. There isn't one on this side. The other side has one. Karen, you work here, so give me a dressing room. Me. I don't work here. I'm in black. Karen, you have a name tag. I looked and lo and behold, I was still wearing my movie theater name tag that displayed my company name on it. Not Target. I removed the name tag and put it in my pocket and continued shopping. That's when it happened. Karen grabbed my movie theater work jacket and pulled as hard as her middle-aged arm could onto the ground. I fell pretty hard and hit my head on a clothing stand. Target employee rushes over and was able to remove Karen from me. Ma'am, you can't just attack someone like that. Karen, she was ignoring me. My headphones were removed from my ears so I could hear, and I looked at the employee and asked if my head was bleeding. Thank God it wasn't. TM came and called security when TE told him what he'd seen. The Karen was taken away by security, and I was given a chance to cool off in their employee break room with TE. I did get my bra and jeans, and I also treated myself to some Starbucks. TM let the in-store Starbucks give me some kind of discount for what happened. It was a weird day. And third story. The toilet is not my problem. This is not that big of a story in comparison to some of the others here, but it was still fun for me a little. I'm on mobile, so things might look weird. This was a few years ago too, so some of the details might be fuzzy. At the time, I worked as an automation engineering intern at a plastics manufacturing plant. Per our dress code, I had to wear steel-toe boots, jeans, and a long-sleeve blue shirt made out of special material that doesn't make fuzzies. You know, the little balls of fuzz that sometimes come off on shirts? Lint. It also has the company logo in plain view on my chest, which is something important for this story. I needed an oil change for my car, so after work I went to the local Walmart with a vehicle service center. Once I dropped my car off, I had some time to spare, so I walked around the store, checked out the electronics, some other things. After about half an hour, my car was done and I decided to go to the bathroom before I leave. When I came out of the bathroom, there was an older lady with the Karen vibe. Now mind you, even though my shirt was blue, it was not the same color as the shirts worn by Walmart employees. She noticed me come out of the bathroom and in a huff walks up to me. Old Karen, in a nasty tone. I just wanted to let you know that the women's room is absolutely disgusting. There's paper all over the floor and it's just gross in there. Either you or someone else needs to clean it up. Then she just stares at me with a nasty glare. I, being really confused, can't figure out why she wants me, a male customer, to go into a women's bathroom to clean it. I can't go into a women's room. It's for women and janitors only. Then it hits me. I'm wearing a blue shirt in Walmart. She must think I work here. Me. Ma'am, I don't work here. Old Karen looks a bit closer at my shirt and sees the company logo. I saw her eyes get wide and her facial expression change, almost like I saw the light bulb pop on in her head. She looked at me for a split second and then got turned around and walked quickly away from me without even a sorry. Not a very big ending by any means, but it was kind of funny to me, and I figured I'd share it here. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.